Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. So when it comes to these daily horoscopes, it is important for you to know that you are in control of your life and your experience. You're in control of your life and your experience based on how you choose to respond to every situation. And also too, through self-awareness, you are able to access free will. You are able to use free will. And without self-awareness, we aren't able to access free will because it's like we're blindly swept up into energies. But with self-awareness, we turn into that alchemist and we are able to transmute energy and create the experiences that we want. On Thursday, August 25th, we have Mercury entering into the sign of Libra. So the sun is already in Virgo and Mercury is entering into Libra. The overall vibration of the day adds up and reduces to the number 3 vibration. With Thursday having to do with Jupiter energy amplifies the energies that are, basically the influence within the day is amplified by Jupiterian energy. And on this day, of course, Jupiter is still in retrograde in the sign of Aries. So with Jupiter still in retrograde in the sign of Aries, Jupiter energy is amplifying your need to take action when it comes to this thing that you might have been considering for the longest. It's like Jupiter energy there is giving you the motivation you need. And Jupiter is being positively aspected by the moon in Leo. So on Thursday, Jupiterian day, we have the moon in Leo. So with the moon in Leo and the day adding up to the number 3 vibration, overall this day is one where we can find ourselves being a bit more brave, a bit more courageous, a bit more childlike. This is when that big kid energy can come out. And also to the day being the 25th, the 25 energy is like, with the number 25, it adds up and reduces to the number 7 vibration, but the number 2 is collaborative, unifying number. The 5 energy is curious. It's an exploring number. It's almost like Jupiterian energy. It wants to understand and know things more. It's like Gemini energy that's curious, but it's like the number 5 can't help itself. It's like the number 5 would remind me of this oil lamp. It's like it's constantly seeking experiences and constantly morphing into other things. That's where some of us who strongly associate with the number 5 energy, are clairaudient, don't like silence because of fear of what one will hear in the silence, because that energy is like a channel. It's able to pick up on things. But on Thursday, August 25th, we have, with Mercury entering into Libra, there's a grand trine happening between Mercury and Libra, Mars in Gemini, and Pluto in Capricorn. So overall though, when it comes to say this Virgo season with Mercury and Libra, I feel like this is a time when we can find ourselves this is where we find ourselves getting along with others more than normal. Some of us could find that that's the experience. And I feel like because with Mercury and Libra, this is where we are way more diplomatic with our speech. This is where we're more conscious about what it is that we say. The challenge with it though, this is where, you know, sometimes we don't say all that we need to say out of fear of hurting someone's feelings. And I feel like at the end of the day, that could be more destructive than it is constructive, because sometimes, you know, we just got to get straight to the point and let people know how we feel. Like what's coming to mind is like, say someone who doesn't know how to tell people no, so they'll drop hints. Like some people can't catch a hint, you know, so sometimes you just got to come out and say, hey, I'm not interested, but thank you for the offer. Or no, I don't want to go, or, you know, this relationship is just not working, or, you know, whatever it is. Like, I feel like a lot of the times people could end up feeling bitter and resentful because they assume that they're dropping hints and letting the other person know, and they're not dropping hints. Like, I remember I was having a conversation with someone recently, and I was saying to the person that, like, you know, like the person was getting angry with someone in the background while we were on the phone. And I was saying to them, you know, you're getting angry because they're putting you in the position to have to assert boundaries, and having to assert boundaries makes you uncomfortable because it's like they're putting you in a position to dislike them. You know what I mean? And that's something that I used to struggle with when I was in the salon, like in my earlier years in the salon. It's like someone would call me up on a Saturday and like make a big deal about me not being able to fit them in, and I would get so angry that they even did that. And the thing is, most of the time I would let them come in anyways, and then had an attitude about it. And then I had to like check myself, like, okay, it's uncomfortable to be working on someone's head, like, and me having an attitude, because it's like their head is their most vulnerable. It's like a vulnerable thing for someone to let you do their hair. And I believe it's important to, like, you know, when you're working over someone or working with someone, it's important for you to like basically be clear, or like the word pure is coming to mind, be pure all the way through. Because like for me, I didn't like working on someone if there was like any uncomfortable vibe between us, because I didn't want them to think like, because it's so easy where, say, an accident happens and they're assuming that I'm doing that on purpose because I'm in my feelings about them. So I would never like want to accept someone if we had an exchange and a vibe where it was so uncomfortable. But like just me feeling like, damn, they don't respect my time, they should have called in advance, when all I had to do was just say, no, I can't take you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with this whole Mercury entering into Libra and Sun in Virgo, I feel like it'll create a lot of that, where it's like sometimes people will jump and say yes when they really didn't mean to say yes. And, you know, and then like hint, and assume that the person should catch the hint, or it's like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, but thank you for the offer. But the day does add up to the number 3 vibration. The attitude of the day is community oriented vibe, you know, but overall the day to me has a restlessness to it, because there's a need for freedom of expression. And when I say freedom of expression, to me, this is where it's like we realize that, like, okay, I'm tired of eating the same thing. Like, I want to eat something else. It's like that kind of like, you know, wanting something new. You know, it's the feeling where it's like, okay, I feel closed in when it comes to this, that, or the next. But with Mercury, Mars, and Pluto positively aspecting each other, to me, when it comes to how we're communicating and our motivation to be a part of group endeavors, like those things are really flowing. It's like it's so much easier to get along with people for a lot of us than normal. And when it comes to the card tying into this energy is the 3 of Pentacles in the reversal position. And with the 3 of Pentacles showing up in the reversal position, to me, it's like I mentioned with like being tired of the same thing. It's like when you look at the 3 of Pentacles in the upright position, that person is putting on a presentation. To me, it's like an audition. You know, it's someone like saying, look at what it is that I have to offer. Look at what it is that I can do. And with that card in the reversal position, it's like I get the feeling of like, I don't feel the need to prove myself. I don't feel the need to like, basically, I don't feel the need to prove myself. Like that's what's coming to mind with that energy. And and I look at like, you know, Mars, Jupiter and Mars, and convincing or encouraging, you know, us to act on, you know, basically be bold when it comes to whatever it is that wherever, basically, when it comes to in your natal chart, wherever Jupiter is, whatever house Jupiter is while it's in Aries, to me, that area of your life is being like, basically there is luck and opportunity can come from something if you were to like take a chance and be bold when it comes to something. And the moon, your inner world, is with it on this day. So to me, like the challenge, some of the challenges could be because like the moon is opposing Saturn in Aquarius. And with the moon opposing Saturn, it's like, I don't want to be restricted and I don't want to be caught up into like systems or cycles, or I don't want to be caught up in everybody else's responsibility. It's like that kind of vibe that I'm getting from this. And to me, it's important to have balance. It's like, yes, we want people in our lives and we want to have great connections, but at the same time too, we don't want to be bitter and resentful in the process because, you know, like we're putting ourselves last to put everybody else first. I feel like it comes down to like finding a nice way to like balance things out. Oh, and then sometimes you can't always balance things out. Sometimes you just gotta pick a side, and you know, you gotta pick what's best for you, because at the end of the day, it's like we're all here to have experiences. And you know, when you are at your best and you are feeling your best and you're doing your best, that's when you could have the most impact. That's when you could make the most basically the most impact. That's when you could make the most of a change. That's when you could like really help other people. You know what I'm saying? But when we limit ourselves and then put everybody and everything else above us and then show up and think we're helping, I feel like that could be so destructive, because the energy that we're helping with is not an energy that reads helping. So if someone could pick up on energy, it's like, there's something off about that person. I'm not sure what it is. When deep down that person has great intention, but there's that imbalance going on within them. So yeah, like assert yourself as far as like, you know, what's important to you and lead with that. But at the same time, you know, as you already know, be respectful to other people's views, opinions, and things like that. But just looking at the energies overall, like I feel like when it comes to group endeavors and connecting on that level, like there's a lot of supporting energies for that. And when I look at the moon being part of a T square between Leo, Taurus, and Aquarius, when I look at that T square, I just think of like basically just the moon is in a place where it wants to express itself, it wants to shine, and it doesn't want to deal with anything that's restrictive or anything that might seem like on the darker side. To me, this is where the big kid in us wants to play and doesn't want to hear about rules, responsibilities, and things like that. And the day adding up and reducing to the number 3 vibration, the number 3 energy is just like that big kid energy. And it's like the card that came out, you know, in the card talking about not wanting to like prove oneself, not wanting to like get caught up in like it's like, this is my application, this is my resume, this is what I could do. It's like not wanting to get caught up in that energy. And trust me, everybody has a special gift within them that, you know, everybody has a special gift and a talent within them that can turn into something that can pay them well, or pay them whatever it is that they would like to have or what they feel like they deserve. And I know everybody doesn't want to have to work for themselves, but we can get together and collaborate and bring our different strengths together and make things happen. You know, when it comes to like say Saturn and Aquarius, I think about the old days of the bartering system, and we can see that happening now, but it's just happening in a different way. You know, it's like, say for example, like different apps or communities, I'll say, where someone might have an idea to start a business, and you know, someone might be an electrician and they might need an electrician. So it's like, you know, in exchange for your work, I won't pay you, but you get to have so much shares of this company. You know, to me, that's that same bartering system, but just done differently. You know what I mean? So it's like, as a people, we're coming together and we're bringing the different things that we have to offer. and we get to live life according to our own terms. And to me, you know, sometimes when it comes to doing that, like, some rebelling is obviously needed. And when I say rebel, I don't mean rebel for the sake of rebelling, because that could be dangerous. You know what I mean? But rebel because it's like, okay, I've checked in with me and this doesn't work for me. So basically, I'm going to try other options. I'm going to try other things. But like, yeah, this was your message for Thursday, August 25th, Jupiterian energy, Jupiterian day. I kind of jumped around on this one, but I feel like that's what I do anyways. Like, I have Aquarius in the 6th house, so I kind of approach everything in a way that is like, yeah, so you already know. If you guys like these daily forecasts, you know, make sure that you visit the website and sign up for subscribe for the monthly newsletters. I only send out one every month. I don't spam you. It's the only time you hear from me in your email, just once a month. And the newsletter is like an update of the overall energy. And check out the community page. I have an example of one of them that I shared in the blog, so you can see what it entails and basically what you're signing up for. And pretty much that's all that you get every month, you know, when it comes to emails from me. I don't like to be spammed, so I won't give you what I don't like. So yeah, if you would like to get your natal chart read, or check out the Patreon community where I also share more videos that are exclusive just to Patreon, you know, check that out. The link is in the description box below. If you're still here with me, please let me know about it by dropping me a yellow heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.